Alex Revell, there's always things to work on after matches, but as a 90 minutes in front of the fans, how was that? Seemed all right.
Yeah, listen, it's our first game in terms of with people watching. Obviously, it adds a little bit of a pressure, which is what we want. And I've always said that the games that we've tried to pick for our pre-season, they test us because we have to learn from each game. And they came and they brought a fantastic team for us, and they obviously it's a great test for us. But I thought that what we did see is people working extremely hard for each other, trying to get into a shape and trying to work and suss it out. And I think we've always said the biggest things we need to work on is when we win it. I think when we win it and we can find a pass forward rather than accepting going backwards, or find a 10 or find a striker. And I think when we did that and a switch of play, I thought there were some really good patterns in there. And listen, they're going to have a lot of the ball because it's pre-season and that's what they want to build. And we're going to have to get used to that because teams at this level are going to do that, and we have to now work out, in terms of as a team how we defend that, and then how we then go and score more goals. But I think the real pleasing thing from today is we've had some really good opportunities to score goals. Disappointing fact is we didn't take them, and it's one thing we have to improve on. But overall, really good work, and I thought the lads put in an incredible amount of effort, which is what we want to see in terms of these games.
And you talk about the goals, you did score two, both from centre halves, which you want to see other people than your striker scoring. So that's a good sign.
Yeah, I think if we were sitting here and we were just saying they were the only two chances, I think that we'd be probably looking going, okay, it's great workout, but what can we do better? We're still going to do that, but we've missed a few chances where we have to make them goals. And what we've said now in the last couple of weeks is there has to be a demand that they become goals, because it's not personal. We're not personal here. We're a really tight group and we care. And when we create those, it's so hard to score goals. It's the hardest thing to score a goal. And when we get those opportunities that we create, we have to start taking them. And there needs to be a demand to take those opportunities. And that's something that we're just trying to breed into everybody. And listen, Sweens' goal was fantastic, but he deserved it because everyone that came on and changed in terms of the whole team worked extremely hard as well. So I think we deserve that. Personally, I think it was nice to get something for the fans to come and watch, and 2 goals. But in terms of the game, it's our first game in terms of in front of everybody, and we're pleased with that.
You'll be looking for combinations of players working together and what have you. Did you see something positive signs out there?
Yeah, I think, listen, in pre-season you change, don't you? There's going to be different systems, different personnel. But what you're looking for is, in these games, who does link, who sees it. We're looking, we've got 2 top draw 10s at the moment. So who's feeding? That's what we need to look at. Who's feeding them? Who's playing forward? Who's doing the defensive side? And gradually you start to see that. And I've got to be honest as well. We've gone out there with Ryan Doherty, 15 years old. Hicksy, 17, I think now. Harrison Smith, Riley Mitchell on the bench. So we've gone out there today with some youngsters as well, and it's good to see an improvement in them from the 2 weeks, and now all of a sudden today was a really good to see them playing and knowing what it takes now to win.
Aaron Presley picked up a knock. Is that just precautionary at this stage?
I haven't been in yet, so I don't know, but it's never good when you see people coming off in pre-season. We don't want to see that. Obviously, the whole idea is that we're injury free come the first game of the season. But I think that it was a knock rather than a pull, which obviously we'll have to look at. But listen, it happens, and we just have to make sure that we adapt and make sure that we look after him, and hopefully we get him back. But we'll see what that is.
Had a trialisting goal, no T.S. Hammond, of course, he was missing today. How did you think he did?
Yeah, I think in terms of saves, I don't think he had many saves to make. If I'm honest, I think they had a lot of the ball, but they didn't really threaten him. But he was very calm. I thought fantastic distributor of the ball, really good kid. Already has settled in, and kind of, I think today was a big day for him, because he had a full 90 minutes to show in front of people, and it was a pleasing afternoon, and we'll have a chat with him. But I think in terms of his actual kind of input into the game, I don't think really had much to do because we defended the box really well. So yeah, we've got decisions to make on him, and we'll see where that takes us.
And on to Jersey next. You've got a week, well, a couple of days before you get yourself out there. So it's just a case now of building up what you've been doing for the last couple of weeks?
Yeah, absolutely. Listen, it doesn't stop in pre-season that you've just seen, the guys that came on there, they're working, because if we're going to say that we're going to be this team that is the fittest in the league, we have to train like that. And there's no point in saying it if we don't act. So that's what we want to become. But we also have to be football fit, and we have to make sure that our biggest thing is, like I've said always, we defend incredibly well because we've got real defenders. As a team, we work extremely hard. It's that moment now when we win it. And in order to do that, you have to be incredibly fit, because we have to work so hard without it to get the ball. When you get it now, it's that moment where you have to then go and express yourself, is when you need that extra bit. So we need to make sure that, and that's what we're going to be working all now. We've got some good games coming up. Obviously, we go to Jersey as a group. Really looking forward to that, because it's that time together away from families and our kids, because we know what home life's like. When you're here, you kind of go home, and whereas when we're in Jersey, we can spend that time together and really kind of cement what we already know is here, which is a real togetherness and a real appetite, because what we know we've got here is we've got absolute winners, and we've got people that want to have success, and all we want to do now is make sure we keep breeding it.